All right, we're live. So, Suicun is currently at 0.29% usage. Nobody's using this Pokemon at all. That's pretty much all there really is to say about it. Nobody's using this. And there's a good reason for that. There's a very good reason for that. So let's just look at like high ladder here. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, check this out. Suicun is at 0.29% usage if we filter for 0+. And when I click 1825+, that drops to 0.06. That's not very good. You know what else rises as ladder goes higher is Ogreon Wellspring. So that's going to be the villain of today. One huge issue. Ogreon Wellspring. Basically Ogreon Wellspring is the absolute biggest issue we're going to be dealing with. Is an extremely threatening Pokemon that Suicun cannot touch. Now, you might say, what about Ice Beam? What about Shadow Ball? What about all this other nonsense people run? What about Air Slash? Ooh, maybe run Terra Flying Air Slash. Here's what I'll say to this. A lot of people, I think, make Pokemon worse in an effort to try to make them more consistent. I'll give you an example, low kicks. Some people will run like Silver Powder, we've seen be good. Choice Band, we've seen be good. But then others will be like, oh, but I don't want low kicks to be weak to hazards. I don't like low kicks to be weak to hazards. Let me put on heavy duty boots. Oh, but now I'm getting burned by Moltres. Let me go Terra Fire. And now you've got this super weak low kicks that just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, which is kill a bunch of offensive Pokemon and do a ton of damage. So you know what I say do? I say put on that Choice Band, put on that Silver Powder, make the thing Terra Bug, and if you run into a Moltres, you run into a Moltres, and the low kicks isn't that good that game. And that's okay. That's okay. Build your team so that it's good against the types of teams that run Moltres, right? If you've got a weak low kicks, if you've got a low kicks that's not going to perform well in the Moltres matchup, maybe other members on your team are really good against Moltres. Maybe if it's a more offensive build, you've got a Ceruledge that can use Moltres as setup fodder. Maybe you've got a Garganacl if it's a slower pace team. Maybe you've got Pokemon that just really like to see Moltres. Maybe you've got like a Head Smash Tusk that you think is going to be really threatening, like an AV Head Smash Tusk or something like that. So the point is, don't neuter the Pokemon to make it consistent. That's the lesson behind this whole low kicks rant. Don't make a Pokemon suck just so it covers more matchups. Make it the best set it can be and take the L when you need to take the L and build the rest of your team to shore up those bad matchups. That's the biggest and most important thing I've learned about building with inconsistent Pokemon. So we are running sub CM Scald. Every Suicune needs to run this, but I will not be running Air Slash. I will not be running Shadow Ball. I will not be running Extra Sensory or whatever other nonsense people try to cook up for this thing. I mean, I guess like I will not be running Terra Blast either. Like we can take a look at a special move pool, but no, we're not running any of this. We are running two possible moves in the last slot. So I'll tell you what this. Moveset. EVs, we're going to go Speedy Leftovers. Or, well, this is not move. So it's going to be CM, well, but Calm Mind for those that aren't familiar. I always forget. Not everyone's as chronically in Pokemon involved as I am. Anyway. Calm Mind, Substitute, Scald, and then Protect or Rest. Actually, I'll do Protect / Rest. This is what we're running. It's going to be Protect or it's going to be Rest. I will not, under any circumstances, run some other special attack here, because that's bad. It's just not good. It's going to be not that effective as a set, and I'm thinking Protect is the one I'm most inclined to run. Works really well with pressure, gives you extra healing, and Rest in a metagame with this much power is a little bit of a suspect idea. Bognor, thank you very much for the £2, saying make sure you're taking notes. Yes, guys, this is really important. So many people make this mistake. Don't try to make inconsistent Pokemon consistent by making them trash at what they're supposed to do. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be Suicun, and we're going to run this set. Now, the problem with this is any water-absorbing Pokemon totally shuts us down. So, problems with this set. So there are a few. One, phasing. So Ting-Lu primarily, and then Moltres. I believe, are there any other, and they have to Terra. They're both weak to Scald, which is part of the reason I was a bit inspired by this. Zamazenta is another one, right? But you may notice these Pokemon do not like taking Scald, which is why I partly had hope for Suicune, because the Pokemon that are common phasers absolutely hate this. Aura Fantastica, not going to run Aqua Ring. It's not a good idea. Let's see here. What else? Is anything else phasing? Kind of Dragonite, but I think our sub takes a Dragon Tail. Let's see. No, unfortunately, our sub does not take a Dragon Tail. Unless we adjust our set a little, but we probably won't. We'll see what happens, though. What's another thing? Psychic Noise. So, Hatterene, Latios, Iron Crown. Not a huge issue. Psychic Noise, I think we take little enough that it's not, like, going to be the end of us. But it is something... Actually, no, I don't think it's a big enough issue to write down. It's like, it's something to consider, but I don't think it's hugely problematic. Maybe good with grassy terrain. Yeah, definitely might be good with grassy terrain. So yeah, well, the phasers have to Terra to really effectively phase, because Ting-Lu and Moltres and Zama hate taking Scald. So I think long-term, Suicune doesn't really mind being phased too much. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And then, of course, let's just list all the Pokemon with Water Absorb. All the meta-relevant ones, at least. Yeah, so it'll be Wellspring, Clodsire, Volcanion, and then Toxicroak. Aura Fantastica, you're nearing a ban. You're being a total nuisance. So, as for what set we're going to run, I think we do need to go fast on this. Outspeeding Goldengo is pretty huge. And then we'll probably just go with this. Seems pretty simple. I think this is the way to go. Terra type, I'm inclined to go Poison. At the moment, it gives us some nice resistances. I could also see Terra Ghost to get past Body Press stuff. Yeah, it's not. Guys, I do not use Aloe that much. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I think I use it more than the average person, and I think the average person doesn't use it enough. But even then, it's probably on like what, like a third, a quarter of streams maybe, where it's like the most used mon in Natex. So, no, I think you don't have a case here. Also, do remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Let's get into the building now. So. Let me explain to you what we're about to do here, because this is going to be a pretty controversial move. Bit of a controversial maneuver I'm about to make. If you're going to run a Suicune like this, remember what I said, right? Accept the inconsistency, but prepare for the inconsistency with the rest of your team. So the biggest threat on this list, because Volcanion usage is not that high at all, and actually we can kind of like low-key PP stall it if it's a specs one at least, which is also pretty funny. Ain't Scarf Gold the biggest threat to this? Why? No. Why go fast? What do you... No, Scarf... Why Scarf Gold? Like, unless it tricks us turn one, not really. I don't really know what you're worried about. I don't like the idea of Terra Dark, because then it makes us weak to U-turn. Aura, this is going to be your final warning. Start behaving yourself. You're being a nuisance. Okay. Yeah, so one thing here, the biggest threat on this list is definitely Wellspring. That is the most common by like leaps and bounds. So we need a really solid Wellspring answer. So Wellspring answer, some people are saying Hydrapple, and I get that. That's a possibility, something I'd consider. It does wear down some special threats, which, you know, of course Suicun does like. However, I don't actually think Hydrapple is solid enough. I don't think it's solid enough. Because Hydrapple doesn't punish Wellspring coming in. It forces it out, but it doesn't punish Wellspring coming in. It doesn't punish its existence. I think we need something a little stronger. I think we need... No, I'm kidding. We're not going to put a Toxicroak on the team. We don't have rain, so Toxicroak would be pretty bad. We are putting Vileplume, though. This is no joke. Why are there 2 Vileplumes? Chat. What is going on? Why are there 2 of them? What? Okay, well, we got 2 Vileplumes. Cool. Anyway, we're going to add a Vileplume. It will be Rocky Helmet. It will be Effect Spore. Yeah, so basically 30% poison, paralysis, sleep. I don't know if... I think sleep has not been removed from Effect Spore. The ideal situation is poison from Effect Spore, because that would allow Suicun to subtect on it. But of course, paralysis is good too. So, yeah. Anyway, we are going to be going with a pretty cool set on this. I think, well, it's a bit tough to say. I think we go Strength Sap for sure. I think we go Synthesis as well to keep it healthy in matchups where, you know, there's like a Goldango or something. We might, if we're never using Synthesis, we can maybe get rid of it later. Sludge Bomb. And then last, probably either Giga Drain or Leech Seed is kind of one of the, maybe even Toxic could be interesting. Yeah, there's actually, like, we could run Toxic, we could run Stun Spore. Probably it would be Toxic is what we go with. Heals by a weather-dependent amount. Synthesis also does. Did pretty much the same. Oh, wasn't even my choice, but Aura got a little timeout. Fair enough. Anyway, yeah, Vileplume, last move. How much do we actually need, like, a Grass Stab on this guy? I feel like not. I feel like I'd rather go Leech Seed. We'll see. Maybe we want, like, Giga Drain, and we'll feel dumb for doing this later. But for now, I feel like Leech Seed's just such a good move. And of course, the set on this is, without a doubt, just maxed out in defense. Yeah. So if we look at Vileplume, we see, yeah, it's not doing too well. It's not doing too well at all. Thoughts on Eviolite Gloom? Not good because, well, let me check the stats, I guess. No, not worth it. Lower defense, lower HP. You can't run a helmet. You get knocked, you're screwed, and it doesn't get Effect Spore. So no, garbage. Don't do that. Absolutely don't do that. Okay. Yeah, we see this is the damage we want to see. So basically to take on a Vileplume, you need to Terra Water to have any chance. If you Terra Water SD, you have a chance, but then if you Terra Water, no more water absorbed, Suicun can burn you now, and we're in business. Yeah, so we're going to start with this. I think this is the strongest starting core that we can make work with Suicun. You could also add a Zapdos and other Paraspam to fish for free turns with Suicun later. So, maybe. I don't think... I mean, I guess. I could see Paraspam being effective with Suicun. But it can also just kind of PP stall Pokemon too. And it's... Well, I don't know. No, you're right. It would be good. And then I think something else we want to consider... excuse me. Vileplume. Okay, so Suicun can sub up on. This is a list I think we've got to get. Alomomola, Cinderace, kinda. Fear Wisp is the thing. Clefable, yes. Corviknight, yes. Not really Dondozo, because Dondozo kind of walls us forever. Not really Dragapult. Not D-Knight. Garganacl, yes. Goldango, yes. Let's check if we get Glamora. I don't think we do. I think it's going to do too much. Like, kind of, because the thing is, if we get up one Calm Mind... No, we don't outspeed, so no, not Glamora. Gliscor for the most part. Heatran. Hatterene kind of, depending on the set, but not really. Not really Iron Crown either. Not really Gambit. Landorus, kind of. Pecharunt, depending on speed. Speed investment. Primarina, not really, because it might Calm Mind as well. Galarian Slowking. Alright, let's just put Glowking. I think Glowking. Let's check the Sludge Bomb roll. Yep, that's good enough that we can fish for that a couple times. Actually, I guess no, we do want even HP on this. Yeah, okay. Galarian Slowking. And then, not really Tinglu. G-Weeze. Yeah, okay. Toxic Spikes on Vileplume, does it get that? No, it doesn't. I probably wouldn't go with it anyway. Poison types are just super common. Remember to like the stream. Yeah, yeah, T-Spikes are just too common. So this was kind of the idea I came into the stream with. Suicun plus Vileplume. The rest of the team I'm kind of blanking on, because it's like we have so many issues that we need to deal with, and it's not going to be easy. I will say one thing that is very appealing to me is Garg. These Pokemon hate status. Both Suicun and Vileplume hate status. And it gives us a solid rocker, and I feel like we definitely do want Hazard's situation on this team to be pretty good, because that also helps with Wellspring. Wellspring hates that. So I feel like a Garg fits pretty well. Gives us a Ghost Resist as well, which is of course nice. And it's just kind of busted. Garg's really good. Why one more? No, you do want, if it's 404, you want it, because then you want Leftovers recovery. So Leftovers healing rounds down. Well, and then it's also subbing for Seismic Toss. Yeah, your sub lives a Seismic Toss. But yeah, I haven't divided it to see if it's divisible by 16. But yeah, you want your HP to be divisible by 16. So you get the max amount of healing, because yes, hazard damage rounds down, which you think you'd want odd for, but also leftovers rounds down, so you want it to be even for that. Yeah. So ideally, we want a pivot that can help us get in on these kinds of Pokemon that we want to be in on. I feel like Cinderace actually does a pretty good job of that. So maybe we add a Cinderace. Yeah, because we want something that can U-turn, ideally, on these Pokemon. Moltres kind of looks good, too. Like a U-turn Moltres. Could be good. Doodle, look, if we have 404, you sub and then you live Seismic Toss, so we're not doing 400. Come on. Okay. Curse, Terra Block, Ghost Guard. I don't think that's that good. I don't think that's the move. Yeah, thank you, Pyro Spit, for saying that again. Seismic Toss, guys. Kind of important. Okay. You need a Raging Bolt counter. Yeah, we have 2 Pokemon, bro. We'll get there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Garg. I feel like Garg's the move. Garg Molt would put us in a good spot, I think. I'm just not sure. I don't want this team to end up being too passive. I feel like it's going to be really tough to fit in what we need if we go that route. But let's give it a try. Let's just say we went like Garg, Moltres. I feel like this demands a Tusk, probably, because we need a Dark Resist. And then... You get destroyed by Drag. We have a guard. We don't get destroyed by Dragon Ball. We need a Dragon Resist, though. Dragon Resist needed. We need Dragon Resist. Speed Control. It's probably shaping up to be like a Goldengo, I guess. Yeah, because we need... Yeah, it's got to be fast. So, yeah, probably Scarf Gold is kind of the only way here. I mean, technically could also be an immune. Could be like a Ival situation. But then we don't really have a breaker. No immediate power is pretty bad. No priority either. Yeah, this is the thing. This is what I was worried about. I think Vileplume is better than a Moongus for this role. Like, it gets Effect Spore as well, but... Well, let's see. Does this get the Synthesis? Doesn't get Sap, but it does get Synthesis. 75, 80. It's probably bulkier. Let me do a quick check, though. Let's do a test versus like a Cinderace. Fireball does 97.1 max. And it does, yeah, 90. It is physically bulkier. Does get Leech. No, it doesn't get Leech. Does get Sludge Bomb, though. I don't know. Sap is just such a good move. I think we start with Vileplume, and if it's just not doing the defense, if it's not giving us the defense we need, we can switch to Amoonguss. Yeah, problem is we need speed as well. And ideally priority. Because if you don't have prio, your team is bad. That is how it works. Yeah, there's really no easy answer here. I don't think these can work. Maybe Corv could give us a Dragon Resist. Open up the last slot a little bit, but we still end up needing speed. Yeah, CB Rilla could be good here for Prio. If we could fit that in, that'd be great. Specs Q isn't that bad. I'm not too worried, because we're going to have Spadaf Garg. Garg is for status absorption. I really want Garg here to deal with status, because Suicun and Vileplume really hate it. Particularly Dragapult is a huge nuisance for Suicun, because the Infiltrator sets can just burn it through sub, and then it's basically dead. Because if Suicun, the leftovers is its only way of healing. Yes, guys, I know you're not optimistic about the team. Although I remember many times before, chat's been like, oh, this team sucks, it's terrible, it looks awful, it uses weird Pokemon, it's going to be terrible, and then we play and it does really well. So, you know, just don't be too confident about that. Scarf Tusk is super clunky, horrible hazard removal. Not going to do that. Thank you very much for the 1,000 yen. Pinka chat says you have no switch into Flare Blitz Wellspring. That's a good point. That's a good point. If we run into one of those, we're cooked. Thank you for the generosity. Yeah, I know the team's slow. That's why we're working. That's why we're changing it. We're working on ways to fix it as we speak. How much is Vileplume taking from a Great Tusk? It's not getting 2-shot. That's something. Yeah, I'm considering Treads over Tusk, but I don't know. There is also the Cinderace plan. It's a possibility. Core of Cinderace, maybe ground type, some kind. Maybe like a CB Mamo. Gives us Prio and a ground type. I mean, I say we run this, see what happens. Yeah, everyone's telling me Vileplume's gonna be like god awful. I guess we'll see, but like, jeez. That's why we test on ladder, right? It's not like someone's gonna shoot me if this team doesn't work out well. You gotta try things, guys. You gotta try things. No dark resist. Very good point. Yeah, that's not acceptable. We gotta fix that. Yeah, that's a very good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the no dark resist is not really acceptable. So we're going to shift this to a different thing. We're going to go with a Scarf Tusk. Rapid Spin. Do we go... We go Ice Spinner probably, and then we go... We go like Knockoff? Or just Rapid Spin? You can just go Rapid Spin. We'll go Adamant on this. I feel like nice and greedy. Well, do we still outspeed stuff with that? Actually, I don't think that's fast enough. I don't think that it gets us the outspeed on Dragapult. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go Jolly. CC, U-turn, Pyro Ball. And we need Sucker Punch. Gotta get that Prio in there somewhere. And Terra type, yeah, we'll go Fire. Scarf Tusk is not fake. Garg, we probably want to go Water on this, given our gold matchup. Maybe. Well, we'll see. We can change it later if we need. Body Press, U-turn, Roost, Defog. Actually, do we go Brave Bird? Nah, we'll go Body Press. We'll go 30 speed, so we get the slow turn on Corvs, but still aren't too slow. What do you do on these? Fire, I guess. Could be okay. Cinderace, Fire, Tusk, Ground, yep, Garg, Water, Pressure. Double Pressure Core is nice, too. That's another thing we should consider. Alt, Approach, tons of Pressure Pokemon. Probs with a Cress. Effect Spore, Purifying Salt, Pressure. Okay, yeah, we'll go... Yeah, I think we're ready to run this. We'll see. I'm a little worried about immediate power. We struggle in that department. Maybe the offensive ace plus the Tusk is enough to do it. We don't have a knock Pokemon, which is really not good. We probably got to change that around. We'll go Knockoff over Rapid Spin. Okay. Well, anyway, here we go. We are, what elo are we? 1858, so pretty strong elo. Okay, this looks not too bad. I like that we have court change in this matchup. Cinderace looks like an absolute monster. I think I want to just start with Tusk. It looks really good. It can hit everything super hard. I'm so down to just click Headlong Rush. We'll see what this guy wants to do. If Rillaboom comes in, we have Vileplume. Yep, totally fine. Yeah, Tusk, honestly, we might just Terra Ground and start throwing hands. Okay, no Effect Spore, totally fine. We probably... you probably bring in your gold here, surely. Surely you do. So let's go back into Tusk. Yeah. Okay, Grassy Seed, I see. So if we Terra Ground, we do super kill, probably. I think... it's a bit of an awkward one. It's a bit of an awkward one. I think I'm okay to just Headlong Rush, and we'll see. Okay, you're super fat, but we live. That's pretty good. That indicates what? Like max defense? Yeah, absolute max defense. Absolute max defense and a low roll. So we're actually 80% chance to kill here. With critical hit factor, we're like 85. That was like a low roll on a dead max. Interesting. It is Terrain Extender Rillaboom. That does make a bit of sense. We can go Vileplume here. Unfortunately, no Effect Spore, so that we are now a little bit unlucky on the Effect Spore side of things, but that's okay. Probably just like, could we go Suicun here? Probably not. I think it'll take a little too much. We can go hard Cinderace. Seems fine. We'll Pyro Ball. It'll probably be Glamora coming in. That's totally okay. We can Pyro Ball that thing. U-turn. Get some damage going. Okay, we get a very, very fortunate burn on the Tinglu. That's really good luck. And okay, here I'm tempted to just go back into Tusk and start wreaking havoc with that. Seems like not a bad idea. I don't want to let anything get... I don't want to let anything get ruinationed that doesn't need to. Okay, setting hazards, interesting play given the condition you're in. But okay. Let's close combat. We can just take this out quickly. Okay. Oh my good heavens, you lived that. How did you live that? That is shocking to me. Okay. Well, that's fine. I think I want to go Corviknight here in case there's a switch to Goldengo, then we can get the U-turn off. Okay, if you want to set hazards, I will take that and I will court change those. I don't know what you're doing, but I will accept that. Let's court change. Let's do it. Tinglu dies and hazards go up. That's a deal I'm happy to take. And if you make it rain here, it's Suicun time. Let's sub. I don't think that was a good play for you. I mean, I guess you can go Glamora. Maybe that was okay, because you can go Glamora and Mortal Spin. Let's just go for the Scald. Okay, we're going to get Encored. Fine. I'm honestly down to just keep clicking Substitute, because the Encore PP is not going to like that. Encore, you only have 8 of those. I could have protected, anticipating the Encore, but I figured it might just go for the Veil straight up, and then if I protected, that would put me in kind of a bad spot. Yeah, so here, probably the main concern is going Glamora and clicking Mortal Spin. Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm going to protect this time so we can stall out an Encore, and there you go, right? I mean, we'll Calm Mind just in case, but yeah, you see, like, this is... You have 2 Encore left now, and you're burning your Veil like crazy. I think we probably go Garg and just... Actually, we don't even need to... because this thing has no special attack investment. I don't even feel particularly threatened to the point that I feel like I need to Terra here. I think we can just click Salt Cure regularly. Yeah, like that'll do good damage, don't get me wrong, but we're still okay. And I'll go Suicun here, I think. If gold stays in here, that'd be epic. I did not think gold would stay in there, but I'm really happy it did. That's awesome. Tinglu comes in and dies. Cool, works for me. And let's Calm Mind here. I don't think it'll go for the Encore. And then we can protect next turn. Yep, let's protect here to try to get rid of the last Encore. We'll see if that works. Yep, there we go. Last Encore successfully stopped. Okay. This gets a little scary. I think we want to go immediately into Garg and Salt Cure this, honestly. Yeah, I think we got to go immediate Garg and Salt Cure. I think we Terra Water as well in case it has Aura Sphere. Okay, let's see. Drain Punch comes out. Okay, good thing we did that, I guess. Very interesting. I think let's go into Vileplume and Leech Seed this thing immediately. Yeah, if we can. Okay, Balloon coming in. That's weird. I'm going to just Leech Seed. Okay, T-Spikes go up, not even the slightest bit of a concern. Let's go into Corviknight here to block the potential Mortal Spin. Yeah, you should have clicked that last turn, buddy. I don't know what you're cooking here. We can just U-turn here, totally fine. We can U-turn into Vileplume. Get rid of those T-Spikes, heal up, go back into Corv. I'm happy to do the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I think our opponent is in a lot of trouble here. I think they're in some serious trouble. Yeah, no reason not to U-turn. And I'm trying to think of the correct sequence of events here. I think we leech first before the stored power gets too powerful. We probably spam Sludge Bomb after that. Yeah, oh, we get a nice little critical hit there. Vileplume not even dying to a 140 BP stored power. GG. Okay, so that was a super dominant game. All the people that said Vileplume was garbage, I mean, sure, its effect spore didn't activate, because of course, but, like, it did pretty well. The Vileplume was doing what the Vileplume do. Just saying. Yeah, that was a pretty one-sided game. Okay, let's give it another. Let's run it again. Suicun definitely did put pressure on the opponent. It ended up not really doing much because there were always just safer plays to be made. But it still did pretty well there. Tried using regenerated Jirachi and AAA. It was absolutely horrible. I see. That's rough. Hey guys, while this game's loading, I want to complain about something really quickly. Also, actually, do remember to like the stream. We're almost at 300. Been a long while since we've had this many people on watching on stream, so please do give that a like. Anyway, I want to complain about something briefly. So I was in the dining hall today, and I heard come on the sound system a slow male cover of Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. Slowed down, sung by a man. And it's crazy to me that we, lock someone up for years because they had a little weed on them, and then this guy's just allowed to run free after making a slow cover of Teenage Dream. I mean, the fact that anyone had to experience listening to that is at least a couple years in the slammer. Like, and it was awful. And I think there just needs to be more accountability there. If any proof was needed that the justice system is broken, it's that is not a crime. Anyway, let's play this game. Have fun. Keem's fried by Kyurem. I don't think Kyurem's that big of a... We might want to go... We could go, like, Terra Fairy. Kyurem definitely doesn't look good. You're definitely right about that. Yeah, Kyurem might be too much of a concern. Okay, anyway, here we go. Yeah, it looks like Suicun should just be able to kind of do its thing here. I kind of just want to lead with it. Let's just do it. How much body press? Body press will break, but let's sub. Sub again. Let's go to Vileplume, see if we can get an effect spore. No effect spore, cool. We can't actually Sludge Bomb. We actually cannot touch this Pokemon, is the funny part. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate to get that removed. Let's defog here. Probably shouldn't have switched in Corviknight. That was a little hasty. We'll just go Vileplume here. If they really want to knock that helmet. Okay, they're just... Dude, bro does not care about Effect Spore. Dude. Are grass types immune? Maybe I should have checked this ability. No. On others making contact with this Pokemon. This is just the luckiest chestnut ever. Maybe Covert Cloak? No, Covert Cloak doesn't save you from Flame Body. I don't think. Yeah, no, what is this, dude? That thing just hit me like 7 times and did not get Effect Sport. What are we doing? Oh my god. What is this? What is this? Like, you're not what? Grass types are immune to Effect Sport? It just doesn't tell you that. Well, so then Wellspring can't get Effect Sport. What? Really? There's nothing in the description that says that. So then if we can't Effect Spore Wellspring, then there's not really much of a point in this. I'll go Corv here. 5 body presses left. Grass types are immune, apparently. Which would have been good to know. I had no idea that that was a thing. Okay, that's Specs. We gotta heal up Corv at some point. That's news to me, dude. Are grass types immune to Effect Spore? Yeah, okay, apparently grass types are immune to Effect Spore, so this will never affect a Wellspring, so then, yeah, this is probably not worth using. Amoongus's Effect Spore isn't going to work either. It's just... what the... Yeah, Chestnut is actually really kind of weirdly rough for us. I don't know what we do here. Let's just go hardcore. Okay, fine. Whatever, dude. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm astounded by this update. This is horrible news. Let's tech here. Okay, it's gonna bore us, so we'll go for the Scald here. Okay, it Terras immediately. Fine. Let's go Garg. Okay, but they've used their Terra. Attack, stall, and knock off, I guess. Yeah, well, no, if we can't do any ever inflict status on an Ogerpon, then there's really not much point in it. That's kind of the whole point we added this thing, was its matchup into Ogerpon. Yeah. Yeah, Pyro is also a bullet move. Indeed. Let's go into Garg and hope they don't click Tachyon. Okay, Volt Switch. Could have been worse. Alright, Vileplume, let's see what you got. That's a defensive Garchomp. Nope, that's offensive at least. Whoops. I forgot we're Terra Grass on this. Probably shouldn't be that. I mean, I guess it's going to work out here. That well, are we really going to use that? Probably not. Let's go for Ice Spin. We'll do the surprise tactic here. Dude, how did they know? Like, what? How did you know that? How were you ready for the Scarf Tusk? Okay, well, that's weird. Yeah, we're getting totally fried here. Okay, week 2. Specs Crown. Huron. Okay, we get critical hit and die. Did that matter? Let's see. No, probably not. Someone says, Pinka, I listen to your lives so much that while I work, your voice has started appearing in my dreams. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Thank you very much for the generosity of that donation as well. That's pretty silly. Psyshock. Okay, interesting. I think Cinderace lives this. Yep, Cinderace does live. And then we can court change here. You stayed in. Wow. It's not good. Let's just headlong here. No, that's in Nat deck. Scarf Tusk is popular. In OU, it's not popular at all. Absolutely nobody runs that. We got to get a Scaldburn right now. Oh my gosh, that did so much. We did not get a Scaldburn. Yeah, that was a horrible game. Yeah, no, that was... I think that matchup was pretty much unwinnable. I didn't realize grass types were immune to effect spore. That completely ruins the Vileplume plan. Yeah. I feel like they should say that in the ability description. Yeah, because if you can't status an Ogerpon, then there's basically no point in running Effect Spore. Because the most Pokemon that you'll be switching into the most are Rillaboom and Ogerpon. Grass types. Huh. Okay, yeah. So in that case, there's probably, that kind of makes the whole plan fall apart. There's probably not really any good reason to use Suicun even. Dream Pinka told me make to use Black Sludge Gliscor. That's pretty funny. No, well, Toxicroak doesn't work either. We don't have rain. Shout out to Suicun for never getting a Scald Burn, by the way. Truly a legend. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't think Poison Point is on anything that can make it work, yeah. No, that definitely won't work. Like if Overquill had Recover, maybe, but no, it's going to take too much from Ivy Cudgel. Yeah, I mean, the team just needs to be changed. Like that team, it totally just fell apart. I think this is a team that needs hazards. And ideally some actual power. Yeah, Petron plus hazards might be the answer. Let's try a different approach. Let's go, yeah, let's try this. And I think we do still need our own removal, though. So we'll want one of these guys. And let's see what else we need. Probably go Helm on this. Spikes. Oops. We want SR Rapid Spin. Yeah, Chestnut's not really a big issue. It's like a zero usage Pokemon that we just happened to run into game 2. But you know, it's not an actual thing. I think Dragonite could fit here as well. We'll do one of the phasing sets. And then we probably need a good steel for the last. Probably gold. Maybe balloon gold I could see. Maybe not balloon. Maybe we go like specs or something. Let's give that a try. Parting shot, hex, and recover. We'll go enough speed for Gambit. And we'll say Terra Ghost on this. Super reliable answer to Tusk. Tinglu, Spikes, Whirlwind, EQ, Ruination. Dover's Terra. Sure, Ghost, why not? Or do we want to go Rest? Maybe we go Chesto Berry. And... Rest. Let's do this. I think the reason I want like this is the status absorption it gives us against Bolt. Remember, status is still pretty irritating. So against those kinds of teams, we can try to play the longer game. And this will go Fire, once again, just for Dragapult, really. Actually, we'll go Ice so we can remove... Well, no, we can go Fire, because we can block Sinistra from recovering its health with Goldenko. And this will go Normal, and we'll do Roost, Dragon Tail, Extreme Speed. We might end up going DD later. EQ, or do we go Ice Spinner? Let's go Ice Spinner. And we'll go just enough speed for... Gambit? Is that enough? Let's go with that. Well, we don't even need to really... Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Probably EQ. We don't struggle against Gliscor. We'll go EQ. That seems good. And then, yeah, Specs Gold. Problem is we don't have any real speed control. We'll see if D-Knight is enough on the Prio side. Kyurem is also real. It's probably not good enough, is it? Yeah, let's go Scarf on this. And yeah. Kyurem might end up proving too much of a problem. We'll give this a go. Okay, stall game. Let's do it. This is gonna be fun. Kidding, of course. Let's lead with Suicun. So let's throw off a Scald. If we could burn Toxapex, that'd be cool. Okay, we burned Pex. To start. Let's go hard Petrarunt on this, and sure, okay. Good time to go into Tusk, get up our rocks. Hazards are, of course, the way we win this game. We'll go gold here. We'll trick Gliscor. Come, we trick a Gliscor. Fine by me. I'd like to keep that Toxic Orb around for later. Let's go Tinglu. And let's EQ a potential incoming Giwis. Sick. Let's do it again. I think a Ruination here is going to be better after the Pain Split. Good stuff. Now let's go gold on this. Okay, defogging. Interesting. Let's go Lou. And rest. This is why we rest Lou. Yeah, I'm fine if it wants. Actually, no, that was not good. That did way too much damage. Let's go gold on this. Okay. Shadow Ball. Let's make it rain. Unfortunately, we do take just enough. That really sucks. That was a... was that a high roll on gold? $70. No, it wasn't at all. Hold up. I don't know why it was telling me we have a chance not to die. Maybe they updated that mechanics. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. We can PP stall. We can still... Gliscor's dead, and that's a win. We take those. Let's get up our rocks. And now we do the pressure PP stall thing. Let's go into Tusk again. Rock up. Cool. Let's go Suicun. Try to burn this guy. I guess we'll sub up and play this game. Okay. Toxic Spike is affected by that, which is good. Yeah, none of this matters. I guess no, if they're switching around, then this is not effective, though. We'll go into Petulant here, I guess, man. Let's Hex. Do we want to rest up our Lou? It's just going to let the G-Weezing get all the way back, though. We hexed the packs, and how much did it take? Let's go Petulant back. This is so boring, dude. I wish Gold had just... We should have maybe not played so hastily with Gold. Maybe that was a mistake. Is it normal to go down on elo a lot when testing teams? Yes, that is completely normal. Toxic is your last, huh? That makes sense. Yep, no attacks packs. Cool. Okay, I think I have a plan. It's gonna take a while, but I think I got a plan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the defog, makes sense. Yeah, basically we're just going to have to PP stall defogs out once we start spiking up with Tinglu. That's the plan, yeah. That's all there is to it, really. Like the stream if you're enjoying this for some reason. Okay, cool. We successfully shut down that pain split. Let's parting shot here. You stayed in? Okay, it's weird. Let's go into Petulant. A parting shot. We're intentionally letting Petrant get a little bit weakened so it can block the wheezing. The people yearn for stall. Dude, I guess they do. Let's get up those rocks. Game's very winnable, but it'll take a million turns. Yep, I came to the same conclusion. I came to the same conclusion. I'm gonna EQ again, just like to see. Ah! Yes! Got you! Yes! Stall player got a little hasty there. Things didn't turn out so well for him. Oh, baby. Yeah, game just went from going really rough to in our favor. You'll love to see that. And now that now we can heal up our Petrant. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Let's heal up again. Go for a nice little Malignant Chain since this Blissey wants to stay in. Parting shot here. Pax wants to come in. We've seen this as Spadaf, right? Yeah, them switching and wheezing there, double EQ. It was just like very low risk to throw out, and I figure if I can get them, catch them being greedy, it'd be huge. And they totally got caught being greedy. It's great to see. They have not terrored yet, so we have to be aware of that, though. Let's go into this and then just back into Petrant. It's fine. Yeah, well, we don't want to start stacking too many hazards because then we will. But we're going to stall out defogs eventually. D-Knight, yeah, yep, that's the play. We'll Hex. I'll Parting Shot here. Yeah, the plan is just to stall out defog. So for those wondering why I'm switching in Suicun on the Corv, it's just... it's how it works, basically, I guess is the... I'm just going to spike up here, yeah. Totally fine. Unfortunately, we can't go into Suicun, so this will be one of the easier defogs, but eventually we'll still be okay. We can switch in Suicun here. Yeah, this guy's pretty high on the ladder, so be a good win to get. Not like super high, but how much does Ting-Lu take from this Blissey? Seismic Toss, not enough. I mean, not too much. We survive. Let's rest. Let's go Petrant. Go Suicun. Actually, yeah, we kind of... Petrant's sort of a setup fodder for this, which is funny. We can tact, stall out, whatever this thing wants to do. A T-spike, sure. T-spikes aren't actually looking that good. Those are not going to last forever, buddy. We probably should actually stay in on this and mess around a little bit. It's probably worthwhile. Burn some moves on this Toxapex. Okay, they're just gonna go into Blissey. Fair enough. We'll Calm Mind, I guess. See if we can get any more PP burned. No, they're switching. They know how to do this. Okay, so we're not gonna... There's no cheese down that tunnel. We'll set up Spike. And we'll go into D-Knight. And we'll Detail. Okay, we bring up Pex. Not really what we were hoping for, but that's okay. Go into this, we'll Spike up again. We'll go Petra Run here. Okay, interesting. Oh, Ruination. Sure, Corv wants to come in. We'll go Suicun. Yep, just all about PP stalling the defogs. That's all we're doing here. Let's see if you think we get a defog. No, just an ID. Lame. Yeah, makes sense. We'll sub up here. See if we can burn some more PP on that toxic spikes. Okay. Let's go Lou. Spike up again. Get another spike. Only 3,918 turns left. Yep. Pretty much. I'm not having fun. I don't know about you. Yeah, okay. Let's go for the rest. Suicun for sure here. Hey, there we go. We got one. Let's go into Tinglu now. No, it doesn't. I think it auto ties at 1,000. Viewership is good for some reason, though. So, you know, go figure, I guess. Probably we can go Suicun on this. Okay, I thought you'd click Stealth Rock. Let's protect. Okay, yeah, we stalled out a rock. Worked out okay. Okay, dude, you don't do enough damage. Like, I'm totally happy to stall out your seismic tosses. Let's roost here. We don't let this get poisoned. We go into Tinglu. The Yveltal kid, what are you talking about? What allegations? Okay, body burn, that does kind of a lot, I guess. Let's go Petra. We'll burn and recover. We got plenty, I suppose. Go Lou. It's just Dragon Tail. I will drag out a Blissey if we're lucky. Do I have any opinions on lower tiers? Not particularly. I'll EQ this time if they want to go into Pex so bad. Sure. Let's just EQ again. Let's throw one out. Let's go. We can go Suicun here, I guess. Okay, that's fine. We'll Tect. Pex comes out. Okay, we'll Tect again. Alright, Blissey, sure. Let's get Lu in. Actually, yeah, Lu, I think we wake up next turn. No, I'm not. I haven't seen any Vertex video. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. Let's spike. Suicun. Body press comes out. Let's Scald. Let's Tect. Let's go Pecharunt. It's Parting Shot. Let's go Lu. Let's rest. Yeah, we can't take this forever. I actually don't know who's going to win this. Posted a parody video earlier today. Let's see. I cannot find this guy's channel for the life of me. Someone's gonna have to like link it. Let's go Suicun here. Okay. I'll Tect. We can maybe... Okay, they're never going to click that. It was a tutorial on how to win ladder where he just says to spam hyper offense, all joking. Okay. We might have to Terra Ghost the Tinglu so we don't get stalled out by Blissey. Probably a decision better made sooner rather than later. I don't think I need Terra on anything else, so I probably should have done this even sooner. So yeah, let's do it. We can Ruination. Let's EQ just in case. Let's Ruination this thing. Oh, we'll go Suicun. Let's Tect. Okay, they don't want to play. Yeah, I gotta get Tusk involved, probably. Gotta get the rocks going. Let's Parting Shot. Let's go Suicun and see if we can get a body press out here. Beautiful. Let's get in Tusk here on the... Okay, fine. I'll Rapid Spin. Actually, no, Rock Up is better. Gonna push a defog. Well, yeah, we'll do it. There is an Avalanche, did not do much. Probably worthwhile then. can actually go D-Knight on this. It's not going to take much from an Avalanche, funny enough. Yep. Okay, critical hit's not great. Dragon Tail. We'll go into this and we'll parting shot. We'll throw out a Scald here. Been a while since we've done that. Okay. Yeah, that seems like an okay joke. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't... The funny thing is I don't do too much. You may notice in the videos I don't advertise the tutoring ever anymore because of how limited the time is. Like, I know some people have seen the prices and think it's greedy, but I actually have had to raise them because there was too much demand. Like, I could not keep up with the amount of people that wanted tutoring, and I had to start just telling people, sorry, like, I can't help you, which is... So, no, trust me when I say those tutoring prices are not intended as any kind of exorbitant. It's... Yeah. Okay. We gotta get a defog here for sure. Yep. We get another one. We get another one, folks. Let's go Tusk right now. This thing's definitely going to click Seismic Toss, I feel here. Which does do a little too much to us. Mm-hmm. Let's EQ. Damage on this is good. Okay, let's get up our third layer of spikes. What's the actual win con here? It's just hazards, basically. We can switch in Suicun. Actually, we'll parting shot in case they don't defog here, but I think they will. Yep, there's the defog. Okay, we're at 9 left. That's good. I'll throw off a Skull just in case. Actual win con here, once we get hazards up. I guess Suicun maybe like a little bit of Dragonite. It's a good question. It's actually a totally valid question. Maybe just switching around. We can recover here. Yeah, I honestly don't know exactly if we are winning or losing here. Okay, they burned a defog. I'm surprised by that a lot, actually. I'm really surprised by that, them using a defog there. That's weird. Yeah, actually, I probably shouldn't be letting Lou get poisoned like this. This is probably a bad idea. It's hard to care at this point. It really is. Shit. We'll headlong. Okay, they sacked Pax. Horrible play. That was a really bad call from my opponent there. And they defog again. Yeah, no idea why you do that. That was a really bad call. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Super, super bad play. Super happy to see it though. We have one rest, but that's not such a big issue anymore because of the way our opponent's doing this. Let's go Suicun here. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Do we get a defog? Let's see. Nope, just an ID. Okay. They've done it. They've finally used the Terra. I'm totally okay to sub here. Like you have, yeah. I can actually stall you out pretty easily. Okay. Yeah, they're getting a little they're a little they don't want to play anymore, I don't think. I'll rest. Yeah. Okay, there's the defog. Just go into Lou. Let's go Dragon Tail. If they want a defog, cool. If they don't want a defog, also cool. Nice detail on Dozo. Ooh, beautiful Blissey comes out. Let's detail again. We can roost here. Two body presses left, buddy. Dozo comes out. I'll Dragon Tail you too. I'll Dragon Tail you again, excuse me. There's the Avalanche. Blissey comes out. It's detail. Corviknight comes out. Blissey comes out. It's detail again. And yeah, I'll detail again. Okay. Dozo finally goes for the rest. I'll go into Tusk here, try to bait out a body press. Then we'll go into Dragonite again. Come on, man. Just burn the last little bits of your PP and we can all go home. We got families we need to see. We got homework I need to do. It's crazy to me that you guys like watching this. Like, that's nuts. Okay, there's the defog coming out. I'll just parting shot here is fine. Let's throw off a headlong rush. I feel like Blissey's gonna seismic toss me here. Actually, is this a throw? Let me think about this for a minute. Nah, this is fine. Can Suicun live a body press here? It can. Let's go into Suicun then. Let's go Lou. Get up hazards again. Gotta like the stream for the, for this. Spikes. Spikes. Suicun always here. I think we're running out of time. Is it 300 that it gets immediately tied? I don't think it is. I'll tact. Might as well use the last tact here. IDEF, fine. Go Petulant. Tinglu. Let's Ruination here, honestly. We can kind of start damaging this guy. Let me go Tusk, and then I'll double into Suicun. No, we don't want to double into Suicun anymore. I'll Malignant Chain here. Let's throw one out. Okay, fine. Let's go Tusk. Let's do it. Cool. Never Seismic. We can actually Headlong here. Yeah. I don't want to risk the... That was probably, in retrospect, this was not a great play by me. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm impatient. Because we can win with Suicun after this. Okay, unfortunately we do get hit twice, which is a little unfortunate, but it should be fine. Because I think we just win now with Suicun. How much are we doing with Scald versus Seismic Toss? Oh, it has Calm Mind too, so this is maybe not great. Alright, let's go D-Knight here. Okay, cool. We dragged out Dozone, it died. Epic, so now it can never come back. Hype. It's Roost. Let's go D-Knight, just drag this out. Actually, we can just switch between Pokemon like forever here. Parting Shot here. Yeah, cover the Blissey. We can slowly heal up with Suicun, I guess is probably the right play. And we'll go Lou. We'll get up with Spike. Okay, Defog immediately, fine. Is there ever a world where we stall out this thing's roosts? There's definitely a world where we just actually stall it out of every bit of PP it has. So that's probably the vision we go for. Okay, now I think we kill Corviknight with 2 Earthquakes. So now we do that. I think our opponent messed up by letting Corv get that low. No reason to do that. This was definitely not a super clean game, but hey, we hit 300 concurrent viewers. Blissey, you are finally reached the end of the road, buddy. You absolute toxic thing. Yep. Yep. You suck. Good GG. Finally. All right, that was not like a masterclass in how to play against Stall, but, you know, I did some okay things. It definitely could have been played cleaner, shouldn't have risked gold. Early game, there were some errors that made that go on how it did. Also, I just like to say, this guy started the game like 1897. Bro was playing like a game or two in the background. Valid. Okay, well, I hope you guys liked that, because I sure didn't. But it's over now. We won 266 turns, and I'm now going to load up another one. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break while this searches. All right. Back from the bathroom, we're now facing a team I actually made, which is fun. I can't remember if this was like a protect. Thank you very much, J2 Raw 4U1 for the $5 donation. Congrats on your monumental win, King. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was a hard fought battle, but we got through it. So this is a CB. This is a CB situation here. Hazard stack looks really good against this team. Petulant looks really good too. I think I want to lead Petulant. Yep. Cool. And I think here, like, you never... I don't think you ever stay in here. You either go into Goldengo or Muck, so I think this is a good Ting Lu switch. I didn't want a parting shot in case Goldengo comes in, which would have blocked the parting shot. So now we just spike up. And we get poisoned immediately, unfortunately. Which, a critical hit too, which is like, alright, man. Anyway, let's just go Petulant here. And let's Malignant Chain, let's throw it out right off the bat. We get a poison as well, so I guess we can't complain too much. And I'll go into our own Tusk here, so we can hopefully Rapid Spin. Tusk gets hit in Confusion, unfortunate there. Okay, there we go, and we don't get burned. So honestly, cannot complain. It's been, RNG's been kind to us this game. It has been kind to us. I did wash my hands. Always got to wash your hands, guys. I always wash my hands. Yep. Trick Goldengo, AV Muck, SD. I don't think it was SD Ogerpon. I'm pretty sure this was double banned. Let's just rest, honestly. And here we can go Petulant. Actually, we don't want to let Petulant die. Let's go into Tusk. Cool. Do we wrap? Yeah, let's Rapid Spin here. Let's get up rocks, because at this point we're keeping up hazards. So we got lucky. We got lucky with that not happening again. Yeah, so Tusk is never removing hazards here, realistically, so this is pretty good. Like, I'm really tempted to just throw off an Ice Spinner, but that's probably a bad play, so we're not going to do that. Let's go Goldango. I see a grass move coming off here either way. Okay, they switch in Tusk. We are Scarf, so they're about to be pretty upset about how this goes down. Let's just throw off a Shadow Ball. Yep, goodbye. Did I just ignore a donation? Oh, thank you. Yes, wow. Thank you for the 1,000 yen saying, like the stream for the stall WAN. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I missed that. I guess that must have been while I was in the bathroom. Sorry about that. Thank you. Okay, we go into muck here. It's a rest muck. Okay, yeah, we click spike. Yeah, this whole hazard thing is making this go very rough for our opponent. We can go D-Knight on this. I mean, it's a 4 times resist. Yeah. Like, that's going to... It actually does crazy damage for being how resisted as it is, but it's still not going to... I'm pretty sure that is banded based on that damage. Yeah. But we just roost here. And go back into Lu. Their whole team's just taking way too much from hazards, so there's really no... All we have to do is switch around and just let their team kill itself on hazard chip. It's the only thing to do, unfortunately, for our opponent. It's pretty dire for them. Yeah, them getting Malignant Chain poisoned immediately was a huge, unfortunate thing. We just go D-Knight. Like, I think we have Rock Slide on this, and we have Knock. But it's like, yeah, like you Rock Tomb me there, and then I just go back into Ting Lu and I set another layer of hazards, so. Or not quite yet, but I will soon set another layer of hazards. Here, you have no defogger. We can sack gold if you hit us with the knockoff. Oh, it's SD on this. Okay, so we can just make it rain. I believe that will kill an SD Rilla. Yeah, I'll tell you what, just to be safe, let's Terra Steel. Okay. This, I'm pretty sure, is Specs. So we can just make it rain again, and that'll kill you here. Yeah, bye. Just in case it was like max HP Rillaboom with SD, figured we'd Terra Steel there. But yeah, there's nothing our opponent can do at this point. Let's go Ting Lu. Let's get up that last layer. Yep. And now what do we go into? Like, probably we won't sack Lu. We can sack Tusk. Not very helpful. Moltres beats it. Cudgel, fine. Let's go... I think a critical hit will actually kill a Petrant, is the funny thing. Go into this and just roost up. No, not going to be a 6-0. I probably could have gone for the 6-0 this game, but you always want to take the safer win path versus the 6-0 path. Yep, healed up. There we are. We'll go into gold here to try to bait out a fire attack, then we'll go into Suicun. Okay, they just went for it immediately. Fair enough. Okay, now, well, that's kind of sucks, but it's still fine. We just click Scald here. Yep, cool. Rillaboom comes in. Let's just go D-Knight. Should just be 2 extreme speeds. Yeah, I did not get the burn there. Wouldn't have mattered if you did, but we can EQ kill. Yep, super dominant game. Never really any bit of fear there. Good game. Go for one more, probably. Let's pray we don't get another stall team. Okay, good. This seems like a pretty good game for Suicun, at least in theory. Probably want to start with Petrant. I'm expecting just a Tornadus lead. Okay, didn't see that coming, honestly. Let's go Lu. Okay, we have Specs now. Alright, that's kind of not the worst thing. We can Ruination at least. Cool. Okay, AV looks like. Let's Ruination again then. Let's Ruination again. Okay, Pain Split, that's not so good. Let's go Goldango here, and then we can trick something probably. No, well, we probably want to actually keep the thing around. Well, this is going to be... Is this worth trick? Yeah, let's actually do it. This Pokemon is just so annoying. Okay, now we have an AV and it is a Scarf. And it's locked into Heat Wave, so it's Suicun time. Please don't burn us immediately. Please don't burn. Okay, good. Let's just throw off a Scald to start. Let's attack to see what this thing has. Nuzzle, let's sub, obviously. Let's CM. I'll attack here. I'll attack again, and then we'll Scald to finish it off and get some more healing. Okay. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good here. Let's protect again, obviously. Waiting for the knockoff. We very much just click substitute here. Let's see him again. Critical hit did not break though. Nice. Protect here. Sub. See him again. I fully intend to PP stall this. Let's protect. Okay, D-Knight finally comes in. We Scald immediately. Hopefully it's not loaded dice scale shot. Okay, just tearing. And we do get the burn. Suicun, yes. Finally doing what Suicun is supposedly all about. We finally get the burn. That looks like probably banded damage. Down goes the D-Knight. Beautiful stuff. Headlong Rush, yeah. Yeah, we'll go D-Knight here. And let's go Pecharunt on the Ice Spinner, and then we'll Malignant Chain. Actually, let's Parting Shot. Okay, no, that's fine. But oh, we can actually, no, we can go right into Suicun here. And then, because now, yeah, now you super don't kill, and we can Scald. Get a nice little burn, get a little health back, get ready for setting up again on Garg. Okay, knockoff and the Tusk dies. Suicun, 3 kills. You're good. You've logged your hours for the day. Now all we have to do is not get totally soloed by Garganacl. That's basically the name of the game here. Don't get Garged. It's a Ruination. Okay. It's actually looking kind of scary. Dragonite can come in. Oh, Dragonite can come in Terra Normal E-Speed this, actually, so that's not too bad. What's the sack? Probably Pecharunt is honestly even less useful than Ting Lu, because Ting Lu, keeping that around, it may sound crazy right now, but keeping up a spike for later and then Dragon Tailing around might be very crucial to winning this game, silly as that may seem. Let's go Tusk. Let's set up rocks. Let's headlong. Probably we just go D-Knight. Okay, good U-turn. Let's just EQ. I'll go gold here. I think the one thing you don't do is click another Salt Cure. Yeah, make it rain. Something's not gonna like you taking this. Oh, okay. We got some plays in the house. Make It Rain still does a really good chunk. I think we still do it. Yeah. I'm absolutely clicking this again. Totally fine. Let's go Tusk. Let's headlong. D-Knight EQ, I think does enough now. Yeah, so we'll just rapid spin here. Yep, Bleak Wind is fine. We go into this, we E-speed. And then we just EQ or E-speed our way through the rest of the team. They have used Terra, so we don't have to worry about Guard using that. You need so many protects here to get you out of this, man. You need like 4, something crazy. Yep, down you go. GG. Okay, Suicun did put in the work last game. That is kind of what I had in mind. We went 4-1. So... Also, the guy with the ton of characters to the name, I'm glad to see the Altaria Muck team is everywhere on that decks. I'm happy I could do that for Muck. Yeah, so this is fast Suicun, not bold Suicun. Well, that seems time ended pretty well. Yeah, we went 4-1. Probably the best way to build Suicun is on kind of a hazard stack sort of team like this, or like a pressure thing. The truth, I mean, here's the crazy thing. We did not run into a single Ogreon Wellspring this entire stream. Now, we only played 5 games, so it's not insane that happened. But given our track record, it's kind of insane we didn't run into a single Wellspring. If we did run into a Wellspring, we did have tools for that. It does not, like, Wellspring obviously hates hazards, so probably a hazard stack kind of bulky offense like this is probably the best team for Suicun. I think this Suicun team is fine. It could maybe it could get rank 1, maybe it couldn't. I don't know if Suicun's viable, honestly. The idea that really inspired me to do this stream was the fact that we could potentially poison, paralyze, that kind of thing, to Ogreon Wellspring on contact moves as it U-turned, as it clicked knockoff. So the fact that Effect Spore will not work on Wellspring is kind of ruined the whole reason I did Suicun, to be honest. Like, we still have Helmet on Pecharunt, but... I don't know, maybe Hazards and Helmet Pecharunt do the job as well. But yeah, the lack of immediate power. In general, this team is a little wonky. I think it's fine. It's not bad. It's not bad. It got us some wins, and I think it's not bad. But yeah, like the lack of a real breaker, we definitely felt during the stall team, and even when facing some balanced builds. Yet it's got some good matchups, and Suicun's still a really threatening Pokemon that people don't really respect. And we saw Suicun was... Of the 5 games, Suicun was like a really threatening factor, and I think like 3 of them. Yeah, it was pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I will link the team and change the title and do all that stuff. Stall game was like an hour, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go about my day now. But this was good. This was good. I mean, yeah, the idea was kind of crushed. I don't think I'll do Suicun again. I think it's just kind of doomed to do what it did here, just be kind of on a bulky hazard stack offense. Maybe that's cool to some people. I guess it's kind of cool to me, but I can't help but think that there's probably something better that could be over this Suicun. Yeah, I don't know. The Effect Spore Vileplume was really what made me think it had a place in the metagame. Without that, I just don't know if it's worth using. Yeah, this was a shadow Vile. Well, kind of, but like the Vileplume was there to support the Suicun, so you know. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed though. It was fun. It was fun to click Scald again. Suicun finally got that burn in that last game and was pretty clutch. Put in the work. So thank you. Let's try to end this. Let's try to time this right. We'll end this in 3, 2, 1.